50 seconds of logos. They have transporters, phasers, and f***ing starships, but they still need an earpiece microphone.
Autopilot function has been destroyed.
Why are movie villains so good at destroying autopilot?
Shields at 9, we're dropping.
Why does Nero's ship's first 2 shots knock this vessel's shields down to 9%, but then hundreds of shots during the shuttle evacuation don't destroy the ship? Wait, how is setting a course on the computer and then having the ship engage that course not basically autopilot? Okay, we've already seen him start to fly through the bad guy's ship's tentacles at this point, but the movie's saying it'll still take 58 seconds for him to get from this point to the crash point here?
What is it?
The autopilot has been destroyed, but at least the baby monitor is still functional. Nokia still has that ringtone 250 years in the future. Also, Nokia. I know it's a science fiction film, so we have to suspend plenty of disbelief, but do we have to completely ignore the laws of physics, especially for a scene taking place on Earth?
Your father? For marrying her. That human whore.
Racism is apparently logical. Also,
This is your 35th attempt to elicit an emotional response from me.
but this is the first time they're bringing this up? Worst bullies ever.
To what disadvantage are you referring?
Your human mother.
Seriously, are Vulcans like secret KKK members? Did the pointy ears take the place of pointy hats? Movie thinks racial diversity is possible in Iowa.
3 Budweiser Classics.
Budweiser Classics. Didn't Pike say the shuttle left at 0800 the next morning? And wasn't Kirk not only wasted, but obliterated? So, is he not totally driving drunk right now? The Federation would never put the secure border of their starship building facility this close. Imagine NASA letting you sit on your motorcycle and watch them build a space shuttle from this distance. There's no paperwork required to sign up for Starfleet. You merely need to show up, give away your motorcycle, and board a shuttle. Scene does not contain a hot green lap dance. Kirk bring an apple to the simulator because he was hungry, or so that he would look even more like an asshole? Tyler Perry.
The purpose is to experience fear.
If everyone knows the test can't be beaten, then how can anyone experience fear when taking it?
Kirk, you're on academic suspension.
When the did the board have time to even suspend him between the rapid dismissal of the hearing and now?
And did I not, on multiple occasions, demonstrate an exceptional oral sensitivity?
Oral sensitivity? Damn.
No, I'm assigned to the Enterprise.
Yes, I believe you are.
Thank you.
Who takes her place on the Farragut now? Is there some chick who isn't banging Spock that was all excited about being assigned to the Enterprise, but now she's stuck on the lousy Farragut? Bullshit medical code trumps Starfleet's direct orders during wartime.
As you were.
Yeah, dude, definitely don't check with anyone before allowing the uncleared cadet aboard the Enterprise.
Also occurred on the day of my birth.
Seriously, Kirk is the only person in the entire Starfleet organization that can figure this out? No one else studied the night that George Kirk saved 800 people during eerily similar circumstances.
Transmission of any kind in the area.
It's because they're being attacked.
Not one captain on any of the remaining fleet could say so much as oh during the attack? If you can beam people into tubes of moving water, then why can't you beam Spock onto the footpath just outside the door of this temple? These few seconds cost his mother her life. What is it that stops the black hole and dissolves it after it's done eating Vulcan? J.J. Abrams steals the mind control bug thing from Wrath of Khan. Alien monster immediately attacks another alien monster, but pauses to scream at Kirk and give him a head start. Kirk manages to find future Spock in a cave he somehow found himself in on a random planet he just happened to be ejected on. Why the f*** is the geriatric ambassador flying the fastest ship in existence on this super dangerous mission all by himself?
But what was years for Nero?
Why doesn't Nero just assume that Spock is dead? Or maybe just didn't make it through the portal? How did Nero know there wouldn't be a huge snowstorm on this planet that might block Spock's view of Vulcan being destroyed?
There is a Starfleet outpost not far from here.
There's a Starfleet outpost on this planet, but Spock chose to hide in a cave rather than report his findings about a crazy Romulan wanting to blow up planets. Visionary science fiction director rips off the Dharma stations from Lost. Just in case you accidentally beam into the Enterprise's lazy river, there's an escape hatch just before the giant kill blades.
Pike made him first officer.
Wasn't that before he was booted off the ship for mutiny?
Romulans and Vulcans share a common ancestry. Our cultural similarities will make it easier for me to access the ship's computer to locate.
This is like saying humans evolved from monkeys, so therefore I understand every aspect of social grooming. Vulcan blood is not red. Don't people usually run away from alien space drill lasers? Why doesn't Nero's super advanced ginormous spaceship have any way of keeping Spock from flying this little ship away? Kirk chooses not to impulsively shoot the bad guy and end the movie early. Why do Kirk and Pike reverse positions and Spock go from sitting to standing when they're beamed aboard the Enterprise? What's going on? Is Dr. House explaining how the patient in this week's episode actually has syphilis and not Wilson's disease?
Armed phasers, fire everything we've got.
He's won. Nero's ship is going to be destroyed in seconds by the black hole, yet bloodthirsty Kirk decides to murder them all anyway. Not one person on the Enterprise had the foresight to realize they should have moved away from the giant black hole before now.
If we eject the core and detonate!
Okay, you just ejected the core, whatever that means, so you could blow it up and escape the black hole, but does the ship not need the core in order to operate at warp? Why call something the core if it's not remotely central to the ship's operation? Dr. Emmett Brown would be crapping his pants that this conversation with two Spocks is even happening, but also at their height difference. Let this be a lesson, kids. You can break every rule and be an asshole, and you will be handsomely rewarded. Tyler Perry again.
Permission to come aboard, Captain.
You're already aboard.
One of Saturn's moons, say Titan.
This contraption is just as useless and stupid as the Chompers in Galaxy Quest, except that this Star Trek movie isn't a parody.